So Raider Nation, it's a big week. It's a big week, you know. We're 6-2, tied for the division, going against our hated rivals, the Denver Broncos. They're also 6-2. It's a big matchup, and more so than just going for the division lead in a division game against a hated rival. This is a big game because this will be us beating a quality opponent. Whereas all the naysayers for the Raider Nation against the Raider Nation say, you guys hadn't really beat good teams, and to a degree, they're absolutely right. We had a chance to beat a quality team in the Kansas City Chiefs. We didn't do that, so this will put a different lens on the Raiders season if we're able to beat the Denver Broncos at home. So I think this is a huge opportunity for the Raiders to take that next step forward in becoming one of the better NFL teams this year. So I'm really excited. Got to state the obvious. We can't have 23 penalties for 200 yards. We can't have that. We can't have that. If we have those kind of penalties, even if we have 15 penalties, we're probably going to get blown by the Denver Broncos. We can't have that. This has got to be one of the more sound games we play this year. Because against that defense, it's going to be a long day if we have that many penalties. Now, I know everybody's enamored with Derek Carr. I was enamored with him when he threw for over 500 yards, 4 touches, no picks. I'm impressed. Don't think that's going to happen, or even remotely close to that's going to happen against this Denver Broncos defense, for a couple of reasons. One, they got one of the top pass defenses, and 2, probably most importantly, you're going against Von Miller. And as anybody's watched the tape on Von Miller, he is extremely proficient at not only getting sacks, but getting fumbles, strip sacks, and things of that nature. Just game-changing plays. So I wouldn't attack the Denver Broncos through the air with the long ball. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. One, like I said, Von Miller and that pass defense, those cornerbacks. Even without Aqib Talib last week, they had a bunch of turnovers with Bradley Roby and company. So what I would do, I would attack them in the middle of the field, kind of like the Atlanta Falcons did. Attack them in the middle of the field, use short passes, but not with the receivers. I would use tight ends. Hopefully, they can go employ a double tight end set with Michael Rivera and Clyde Walford. Get those mismatches, because I don't think their linebacking core is as good as it was last year. That's not to say that they suck, but I think they can be susceptible to giving up the big play here and there. Also, use the running backs like they did, like the Falcons did with Tevin Coleman. Use DeAndre Washington. Use Jalen Richard. Use Latavius Murray. Swing passes, screens. Just short passes, and just attack them down the field and attack them in the middle of the field and on the edges. I think we have I think our offensive line will have a good game. That's not to say that they're going to sit there and have 5 and 7 drop back passes, but I think we can protect Derek Carr. But that's how I'll attack this Denver Broncos defense: middle of the field and using those short passes. In terms of defense for the Raiders, what they have to do against the Denver Broncos offense. Got to get pressure. The Chargers were able to get a lot of pressure, especially with Joey Bosa, who he's showing up as soon as he's come back from that hamstring injury. He's been a force, and I think honestly, it's got to be Khalil Mack's day. Last time the Raiders played the Denver Broncos, Khalil Mack had 5 sacks. He's got to have somewhere around that 2 or 3 sacks, or just 2 or 3 impact plays. Because I do think the Denver Broncos offensive line is susceptible to pressure, so I would pressure, whether it be through exotic blitzes or just bringing extra men. Because I think once Trevor Siemian gets pressured, he does make erratic throws, and he has been shown to throw pick to interceptions. So if we can blitz him and get pressure on him consistently, I think we'll have a good. I think that favors what we can do. Plus, one thing about the Raiders defense. We're in the top 10 for getting turnovers. So that's huge. If we can get a couple turnovers in this game, that will be the great equalizer, and that'll probably tip the momentum and the game in our favor. So that's how I would attack the Excuse me. That's how I would attack the Denver Broncos offense. Do I think we can get 2 or 3 Turnovers? Yes, but the pressure has to be consistent and make Trevor Siemian beat us. That's how I think we win the game. Also, speaking of turnovers, Devontae Booker, he does have potential, but he has been shown, along with that potential, to put the ball in turf. And if we can get those fumbles, the game will be ours. We have to have at least 2 interceptions and a fumble. I mean, I know that's asking a lot, but if we can get that, the game is ours, in my personal opinion. Now, I know I have a lot of Bronco fans who watch my channel, so let me give a little strategy for the Broncos. Defensive wise, going against our offense, you got DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller. They gotta have a game. They have to have a game. Bradley Roby, Aqib Talib. I'm not sure if he's playing, but they have to get those hands on the ball. So when they can make a play on the ball, they have to make it. Make Derek Carr pay when he does. He does have a tendency to trust his arm too much, and he'll throw off the back foot. For those passes, you have to make a play on the ball. Be stout against the run. Do not allow Latavius Murray to get going, because if we can control the game like that, where Latavius Murray can get 3.5 to 4.5 yards to carry, it's going to be a long day. So control Latavius Murray. Be sure tacklers. If you miss tackles, it's going to be a long day. Gotta be sure against the tackles, and tackling. Excuse me. For the offensive side, for the Broncos going against our defense, I mean, we're 31st in the league in defense, so can't have turnovers. Attack the corners, because part of that 23 penalties, a lot of them were due to illegal contact or illegal touching. So if you can use your big body receivers like Demaryius Thomas, have him throw jump balls, maybe you can get a call. I would do that. Use double moves. DJ Hayden has been susceptible, even though I think he's had a good year. He has been susceptible to the double moves. So use that. If you're Devontae Booker, just like I said, the Raiders gotta try to cause a fumble. Don't fumble. You can't have turnovers in this game, because it's a big game for both teams. For the top of the crown, for the top of the division, excuse me, you can't have turnovers. So limit the turnovers. Big body receiver Demaryius Thomas, use those jump balls. Maybe you can get a call. Double moves. Emmanuel Sanders, see if you can get a double move on DJ Hayden. Devontae Booker, no turnovers. Trevor Siemian, use your athleticism. If you get in pressure, either throw the ball away or use your athleticism to escape. But don't be erratic with the football and cause turnovers, because you'll lose the game that way. My prediction for the game, of course, I'm going to go with my Raiders. It's going to be a tight game, I think. I think it's going to go down to the fourth quarter. And if it goes down to the fourth quarter, I'm always going with Derek Carr, because he's a comeback hit. Yes, I said it. But it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. I'm going to get my popcorn. I'm going to get my wings. I might even have me a couple of Long Islands. But anyway, that's my prediction for the game, my analysis for the pregame. Let me know what you guys think, Denver Bronco fans and Raider fans. What do you think the keys to the game are? Who do you think will win? Leave comments and or suggestions. As always, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Letter of Sports Show. Woo! Super Bowl.